Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee, this is JLeesCorner. Please excuse the paper towels and tissue in the corner. I just have not moved into the back room just yet, so ignore that please. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun 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 and all that goodness and stuff and whatnot, okay? Do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section, hit the share button to share it on your social media. You can also follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. The link to all of my social medias is down below in the description box, okay? You can also remember to relax, okay, to relate, okay, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you, and always remember to inhale and exhale, because sometimes we forget to breathe, okay? For anyone struggling right now with the snowstorm and the winterness of it all, I feel your pain. Everyone is getting slammed with snow, even down south. And I hope everybody is warm and safe in their house, in their place, and blessed by God, okay? Let's get started on this review, okay? So we see the couples, well, another couple, the family is all still hanging around on this family reunion. Oh, did I say what I was reviewing? This is Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Season 1, Episode 2, okay? So we see Fizz has been put in charge of the activities for the day, okay? He is playing some good old reunion, family get-together type games, tug of war, sack race, water gun stuff, and all that and whatnot, okay? But we then see him and April talking, okay, up there chatting about stuff. Well, about something, about nothing, and about whatever else they can talk about to get them on the show. And, he brings up how, nothing happened with them last night. He just took her drunks up back to her room, dropped her off, and then he went to his room. I was like, maybe not, or whatever. He brings up how nothing could have saved them. She brings up how they went to counseling or whatever. Now, she says she feels as if Fizz thought that he wasn't good enough for her, and that was a major issue and the reason why they did not stay together. He just said, like, he had to make sure things between him and Monique was on better terms, so that they could be better parents to their child, little boy. What's the little boy name? I don't know, little boy Fizz. He said now they on good terms and whatnot. But honey, Monique's girl was all in the news telling people that, April is really, really dating Dr. Dre. Then she came out and said Dr. Dre had somebody call her and threaten her. Monique, keep your nose out of here. There's no reason for Monique to be commenting on who April with, because when you do that, it makes you look messy. Like, I don't know, how does Monique always have information on people she not hanging out with? How would Monique know that April is dating Dr. Dre if her and April ain't even cool? I mean, I don't care either way. It'll be my gossip chat later. But again, Monique, stop butting your nose in people's business or whatever. Anyway, that was all with them. We're gonna leave that be. Now we do see Joy going to wake up Trick Daddy and Trick Daddy's son or whatever. She brings up how I don't want anyone thinking that me and Trick get back together. No one ever thought y'all were getting back together. You didn't fool us last season or the season before that. No one thinks that you and Trick has anything going on besides the rent, okay? Y'all need to still be married because it's cheaper to keep yourselves connected. But again, y'all not a couple. Not today, not in the past. Well, in the past, but not in the future or whatnot, okay? Now, she brings up how I don't want people thinking I'm like his wife or whatever. But you in the room, waking him up, waking the son up, and then asking him if he took a shower. Is he dirty like that? You have to ask that man if he took a shower. Trick dirty. Ugh. And he got up. I'm like, did he put any water on his face? He just looked dry. Just dry, girl. I don't know. Anyway, we do see Trick and the son talking or whatever, bringing up how we thought it'd be some girls here. Ain't no girls here. What's with you? This is Trick and the son talking. Trick's son looks like him. If you think about old Trick, like, you don't know now, Trick, or even Trick right before he got really, really famous, he was a cute, weird looking, ugly guy, whatever, and his son is a cute, ugly person, like he cute and ugly at the same time or whatever. They kind of cancel each other out. But again, they sitting around chit chatting or whatever. Trick brings up how he assumed it may have been other younger females there for his son to talk to, because really the only female there is Carly's daughter or whatever. But his son say that's not right there because I like girls older anyway. I'm like, Lord, he don't need to talk to that damn female there. And Trick said you don't want this old. Like, they on their way out. I'm like, they not gonna die, Trick. Don't say that. Don't say that. Anyway, we move on past that and whatnot, okay? So we see Jock and Scrap chatting at the little gym or whatever. Now he brings up how he was upset with his mom because his mom was mentioning that he and Bambi were discussing divorce and maybe having some issues. But I'm like, Scrap, you told your mama that, and you know your mom can't hold water. She can't hold water, Scrap. Don't tell secrets to people who got a whole mouth. And your mama kind of got a drinking problem, so she made us be talkative. But again, he brings up how they've been married for 3 years, and he feels as if he is not getting the same attention he was getting before they were married. But I feel like, bruh, you can give the marriage some time. Stop acting like that, Scrap. He also brings up how, marriage is hard. It's very hard or whatever. And I don't want to force things if it ain't going to just work. Like, I don't feel like I should be treating her like Queen Nefertiti if she can't treat me like King Tut. I'm like, maybe she just tired. Okay, and I'm like, what is wrong? I love the fact that Jock said, well, you do know, like, for the whole 3 years y'all have been married, she's been pregnant. Like, y'all got married, she got pregnant with the first kid, then got pregnant with the second. She hasn't even had time to get acclimated to be a wife. Like, she's been in pregnant mode and in mom mode y'all whole marriage. And the fact that Jock then said, the same way you want to work out and get muscle and build muscle, whatever, you want to train your body to have muscle, the same goal for your marriage. You want to make your marriage stronger, you got to work at it, okay? Work. And, Scrap feel like, well, I just think, what I'm saying, I'm her husband. I need love, too. I need attention. Don't just be up with the kids. You knocked her up 2 years in a row, back to back, okay? Give her some space. And again, she may not even know how to properly be a wife because she's still learning to be a mother. And Scrap is a baby. Scrap, I'm like, you are up here complaining about bullshit because you need attention. Boy, but I got to have him in his foolishness, okay? Him and the foolishness. Now we then see, do I have Momma Dee and that lady talking? Momma Dee and Judy, boom, up here chit chatting and everything. Girl, wigs on fleek. Okay, they're like, we not gonna have no bad wigs, not today. Momma Dee brings up, I think I want to take a hyena from Drake. I said a hyena, and Judy said a what? A hyena. I said, bitch, what? Momma Dee meant a hiatus. I said, girl. When production said, did you mean hiatus, Momma Dee? Oh, I might be drinking. Yes, you were drunk. Girl, I need to take a hyena. Girl, I said, and she was dead ass serious. I need Momma Dee to cut it out. So, they sitting around talking or whatever, and, Momma Dee bring up, they mad at me for saying what I said about their marriage or whatever, but I want them to make it. I wasn't saying that in hopes to, break them up. I want them to be a whole successful family or whatever, and I feel like they need to address their issues. Stop sweeping them under the rug because you can't do that and think anything will you fix it or whatever. So, Momma Dee said, I invited somebody here to help that happen. I was like, Momma Dee, the person you invited is not going to help them. It's not going to work or whatever. But I do agree with her saying they need to stop acting as if they don't have issues. It's a difference between someone acting like they don't have any issues versus I don't need everybody in my business, okay? Scrap and Bambi have always, to me, been on the cusp of breaking up because I think they had this love affair and just stayed together and then got married. I think everything happened so quickly they may not have had the time to rethink about what does it take to make a marriage work. But I'm gonna leave that be too. Now Judy then complains that she feels as if she don't get up time when Mandy sees her, whatever. Yandy kind of keeps them to herself or whatever. We know when Mandy was in prison, she did not feel like Yandy included her in things, so she did not feel like Yandy would treat her like family. Mendices is a grown ass man with 4 or 5 kids by now. Why does he need to be with you all the damn time? No one is saying that as a mother she does not have a right to want to spend time with her son, but he was in prison. He came home to his wife and his children. Like, what else do you want? And why are you making it seem as if it's Yandy's fault that Mendici don't be around you enough? That man is a grown man with a family, okay? A whole family. And you may have missed him, and that's fine and dandy, but he needs to be there for who? His children. Okay, the same way you was there for him. When he was a kid, let him be there and build bonds with his children. When he went to jail, his youngest two, with Yandy, was probably so young they didn't have a connection with their daddy, and now he trying to build that. As a mother, why would you want to make it seem as if that's a bad thing? And that's what I get from, he don't spend enough time with me. Yandy, it ain't Yandy's fault. Don't blame Yandy. Anyway, Momma Dee brings up, as a matriarch of the family, we have to fix things. No, y'all be fucking things up, okay, all up and through, but we gonna leave that be. So we then see it's field day with all the games and prizes and stuff and whatnot. So it's 3 teams that's going up. Okay, the yellow team, which is Carly, Momma Dee, Scrappy, KKK, Carly's daughter, whose name I can't remember, Sierra? Yeah, Sierra, and then Bambi. So that was the yellow team and whatnot, okay? We then have the green team, which consists of Joy, Jock, Trick, who was that? Jock's son, Trina, and then Trick's son. Okay, so that's the green team. Okay, Green Hornet, and then we had the purple team. Okay, Barney. We had Ray J, April. What's this girl damn name? Oh, Paris. Girl Paris. Yandy and Mendici's Mama Judy, and then Fizz. So Fizz playing the day. Fizz picked the teams, and Fizz did what? Had his whole team win the whole damn thing, okay? And he said, my daddy guys told me, if you plan something and you don't win it, what is you doing? I'm like, you may not be cheating. You can't be cheating, girl, but I get girl's Fizz. It's fine. But again, they had fun playing. They played the sack race. They played 3-legged race. They played tug of war. And when Paris said, I can't fit in this sack, I did wonder, why y'all got them kid-sized sacks? Y'all couldn't get in the regular-sized sacks? I mean, the sack should at least come up to everybody's waist. That sack didn't go to somebody's waist. I was like, that's just weird. But again, they had fun, had water bottles, like water guns, you know what I'm saying? Having a whole water fight. That's the fun part of being at a family picnic or whatever, okay? Now, we see a little scene with Mendici's and Trick Daddy chitting, mainly because Trick feels as if, you and Yandy, is what I felt like me and Joy could have been had we stayed together. I'm like, how? I'm like, I don't know if they was going to be y'all, but leave that be. He brings up how, getting out, it forces you to want to make up for the time you spent away from people who you was away from or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is, I think, this is my first time, going anywhere since getting out. I have not traveled at all since getting out of prison. So this whole thing is kind of surreal to me. He brings up why you can be in prison, how much he realized how many young men was in there who were in there for doing nothing, but was getting really, really long sentences. And they say that how a person would do one little thing and get 15 years because they black basically. And so he realized that or whatever. And Trick, surprisingly, he was like, we need to set some examples. I don't think Trick is as crazy as he used to be. I do feel like he's trying to get himself together. So I like how I'm saying that they need to set examples so that people, who come before them or after them will know what not to do. He brings up to Mendici that he wants to show him what to do, what not to do, but also let people know all around the world, anywhere my name ring supreme, they gonna know that you my nigga. I was like, well, that's nice. Because remember, when Mendici's went to jail, I don't think he knew Trick or whatever. So it's a good thing that Trick is kind of just, taking a liking to Mendici's or whatever. Because again, black men need to stick together in these times or whatnot, okay? But he then started asking about April. I'm like, Trick, leave April alone. Well, who's the Asian girl with the red pants? I'm like, someone who should be off limits. Girl, no. So we then see all the game plan is over. The conversation with Trick and Beaches is over, okay? And then we see somebody walking up. I'm like, what is going on? And who is it? None other than Erica. Scrap. Okay, baby mama. Now everyone is a bit looking like, oh, yeah, that's awkward. Now we all know that Momma Dee invited her. Everyone is shocked. Shocked. Mainly because they are aware that Scrap and them don't really talk to her and she don't really talk to him. And so for me, I feel like it just got real messy. And Scrap and Bambi like, what is going on here? Like, I don't get why she here, who invited her, and your mama did. And then had her on the same team. I said, girl, the same team colors. Now, Scrap feel like, my mama invited her with some bullshit. Like, why would you invite my baby mama who you know I'm at odds with? We have not had a face-to-face conversation in a long time because it always go left. Either we get to fussing or whatever, but something always go wrong, so we do not talk face-to-face at all. Right. So Bambi just walked up to her. Look, because it was very awkward. Okay, and I can appreciate Bambi like, you know what? Let me get it over. Just let me get it over with, because I don't have time to be fussing with her. Okay, she's like, look, I'm just coming to you, so that it's no weird energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I want you to know I don't have an issue with you, whatever I'm saying. Anything that you feel like in the past I may have came at you wrong or rude or whatever, like, let's clear it up, because like this is a whole family reunion and I don't want to be any weirdness here based on any way that you may feel. To me, that was a very grown up, honest, let me check you before you check me moment. It was very grown up. It sounded like, hey, I have no issue with you. We don't talk at all, but again, I don't want to be here avoiding you. So let's do it on out. Now, Erica was like, you know what? It's always like there's an elephant in the room, so I appreciate that. Like, it's fine. We grown, so it's good. Again, they didn't have to hash out anything in particular at all. It's just like, let's address the fact that I'm here. You here. Is it beef? Yes, no, maybe. No. Nope. And then we good. And they kind of went their separate ways. But Scrap is like, what's she here for? Well, I won't talk to her. I'm done. And I was like, okay, I guess so. We then see Momma Dee and Erica talking. And then we see Scrap and Bambi talking. So with Erica, she like, me and Scrap was a mess. Like, whenever we were talking back in the day, like, it was always a mess with the fussing and the arguing, child support issues. It was always something back then. And now, currently, they only communicate via text. Now, she brings up how Scrappy acts like he hates her. Like, he has to actively be on this. I can't interact with her at all. I don't like her. I hate her. And that's the energy that she feel he gives off to her. Okay. She brought up how if Bambi can walk up to me and talk to me, whatever, we kind of hash it out, like Scrappy should be able to do the same. I do think Scrappy should just talk to that girl. I think the reason, at least the earlier seasons, that we saw so much beef between them was the Scrap was cheating. Scrap was going back and forth between her and Shay and Bambi and whoever else was messing around with or whatever. So it was more crazy toxic then. I do feel like since she didn't have 2 kids, he didn't have 2 kids, he's married, I think they can coexist more, but one or both of them are thinking on the old stuff and how things used to go when they were still trying to fuck each other. I'm gonna leave that be. Now, when Scrappy and Bambi talk, okay, he tells her, well, Bambi, how, he'll talk to Erica once he gauge how his attitude is, once he gauge how his temper will be, whatever. I have to figure out how I feel before I approach her, but I'm gonna wait and see what happens with that. And, he brings up how the reason for that is because, like, Erica has been so mean and rude and disrespectful over the years. I have been that to her as well, so I can't talk to her because I don't want to, like, because of the past things that happened. So again, before I do that, I gotta see how I feel. And I like how Ben like, look, I went up and talked to her like, oh, you should do the same. And again, he's holding on to whatever past shit that happened. They have a tumultuous past, but on both ends. But again, Scrappy at one point was cheating on her, which made things worse. I feel like, why you acting as if she's offended you so bad that you can't talk to her? Y'all both have done dumb shit to each other, so I mean, move past it. Because at the end of the day, Imani, their daughter, is almost 16. Like, she's almost grown. And the fact that her parents cannot get along is crazy. Girl, I could not. Now, we just see, like, the kid. Oh, it was Jock's son, Trick Daddy daughter, and then Carly daughter were sitting around talking and whatnot. Trick's son bring up how he was always able to talk to his dad, but we see Jock's son say how, I was always just having fun with my dad, but because he was on tour so much, I did not see him as often. So again, that was a hard spot for me. And then Carly Red daughter feels as if she connects with Jock's son the most because again, her mama did not raise her. The fact that they keep showing this one photo of Carly holding her baby makes me feel as if that's a representation of Carly without around that much. Cause they have was one photo of them together, which was the baby. But she again said, I can connect with you, Jackson. I don't know their names, based on both our parents being gone and working and not really being present in our life as much or whatever. Now, we then see Paris as, I'm like, Paris, go away. Paris, who don't have no storyline, a cock blocker. I'm a sidekick where my partner at. Give me some camera time having ass. I'm knowing without a lead character having ass. It's just fucking with them. I'm looking like, girl, go away. But again, she come over, check, like, what y'all doing? Don't be kissing. I'm like, girl, they're adults. Get your ass on somewhere. Go, Paris, go away. Go to bed, Paris. Anyway, I'm leaving that be. So we then see Ray J talking to Carly Red Daughter, whatever, which Carly don't like because, I fuck Ray J, leave him alone. I don't know if Ray J was trying to fuck that girl. He probably was. But it's still weird. You banged her mama. You slept with her mother. Leave her alone. Like, don't be talking about this going to the house. And, like, y'all should not be sitting around just chit-chatting. Don't do it. Ray J has a whole wife and 2 kids at home. Sit down some damn where Ray. Leave her alone or whatnot. It's just nasty. We then see it's outside or whatnot. Okay, we see Erica walk up to Scrappy. Scrappy, can we talk? This fool like, for what? I'm like, I hate that. Like, her thing, like, why he act like he don't see me and I'm right here? Let's just talk it out or whatever. So then when they do at least walk over to the side or whatever, it's like, you're not gonna sit down? He's like, no, I'm not gonna do this right now. And I'm like, and he kind of just walks away and she's like, all right. And I'm like, what is wrong with Scrap? Like, why can't you talk to her? Like, why can't you just open your mouth and say whatever? You don't know if she's coming to you to even apologize for past wrong, but you won't give her the time of day. That's your daughter's mother. That's stupid, Scrap. Grow the fuck up. Now, in the confessional, the producers are asking him about, like, are you ready now to talk about Erica? Because, again, they need to talk about things that happened this season. He upset. Why y'all keep asking me about her? Like, y'all keep asking me more and more questions about her. Y'all ask more questions about Erica than my own wife. Blah, 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 blah. Go find who she fucking with or whatever. Go get who she talks to. Go get who she deals with. Have them appear and have them talk about her. I don't want to do that. And I feel like we all know in confessional scenes that they will ask them specifically about each person or whatever. It's a part of the confessionals to talk about parts of it that went on. Of course, they're going to ask you, why do you not want to deal with Erica? That is a talk to be had. Have it. Scrap is childish. He's a baby. He is almost not ready for marriage. You can't have a conversation with the daughter of your mom. That's childish. Especially when now y'all are both in a different headspace, different places in life. Like, y'all are different people now. You holding on to that anger will only hurt your daughter. Boom, pow, pow. So when Scrap walk away and Erica bring up how, I just don't know, why he won't talk to me and saying I don't get it, whatever. We need to be better for our daughter, because again, pretty soon she's gonna be 18, like, and then I'm gonna stop trying. Girl, stop trying now. Let it be, because she would see daddy would not talk to mama, or mama kept trying to talk to daddy. It's just messy. It's just messy. And Momma Dee brings up how he needs to stop avoiding stuff, because he be just put up under the rug and it doesn't work. And we then like see Scrap and Bambi's villa. You hear like yelling. It's really muffled, where you can't hear what they're saying, but you can hear like an argument happening or whatnot. And you then see Scrap come looking out like, who heard that? So again, they have issues that they're trying to cover up from everyone else. Girl, Jesus fixed it now. Anyway, that was it. I am all set. Do not forget, this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the ladies' first panel will be on my channel this week with me, Bondi Blue, Jamie, that's me, and also Niecy Dixon. So be here or be square, which means be here. Thank you very much. Peace.